Dear child, I've been noticing the way you look at the horizon lately. At that specific gaze, the one that caught between a deep longing and a very quiet, very real fear. You're standing at the edge of something new, aren't you? I can hear the questions circling your mind like birds looking for a place to land. Is it really time? Am I just imagining this? You look a little bit like someone standing in front of a heavy door wondering if they have the right key or if they're even supposed to be in the building. Take a second to just settle into this moment. You don't have to jump. You don't have to rush through the threshold. I just want to sit here with you in the before. I know you feel like you've been in a waiting room for years of your life. I've watched you check the clock 1,000 times, wondering if your name was ever going to be called or if I had somehow forgotten you were there. But I want you to know something. I haven't been ignoring your wait. I've been using it. The silence wasn't a punishment. Dear ripening. Think about the way a piece of fruit doesn't look like it doing much while it hanging on the branch. It just sits there in the sun and the rain, but inside the sugars are changing. The bitterness is leaving. The core is softening so it can eventually offer something sweet. That is exactly what has been happening in you. You keep telling yourself you aren't ready because you still feel a little bit shaky. You think readiness feels like a sudden burst of unwavering confidence, but it usually feels more like a quiet yes. My child, readiness isn't about being bulletproof. It's about being willing to be held. And you finally reached a place where you're tired of trying to hold yourself up. I saw you during those long nights when you felt like you were falling behind everyone else. You saw your friends moving forward. You saw the world changing shape and you felt stuck in a drafty dark hallway. But the dark was where your roots grew. If I have this years ago or even 6 months ago, it would have overwhelmed you. You would have tried to carry it with your own hands, and your hands weren't quite steady enough then. They were still clutched into fists, trying to control the outcome, trying to force the timing to match your calendar. But look at your hands now. They're open. A little bit scarred, maybe a little bit tired from the waiting, but they're open. And that is the only requirement for what comes next. You've been asking me for a sign, but the sign is the peace that's starting to settle in your chest. Despite the fact that you don't have a map, that peace is my signature on your heart. I want you to realize that the version of you that started this journey is not the version of you sitting here today. You've been cured by the seasons. You've been tempered by the fire you walked through. You think those hard years were a detour. You think you wasted time in that job or that relationship or that period of being completely misunderstood. But nothing is wasted in my house. I use the friction of those moments to sand down the rough edges of your pride. Use the loneliness of that season to teach you the sound of my voice. Now you know me in a way you never could have before. Beloved family, these messages are not just videos. They are prayers reaching hearts. If you feel led to help us continue this work, the support link is in the description and comment box. Your support helps keep this light shining. Beloved, you are finally ready for this. And this isn't just a task or a destination, it's a new way of being it. A life where you don't have to perform. You're ready to step into the sunlight without feeling like you have to hide your face. You're ready to accept the good things without waiting for the other shoe to drop. You've learned that the ground is solid beneath you. I know you're worried that you'll make a mistake and lose it all, but you can't break what I've built. This next chapter isn't dependent on you being perfect every day. It depended on the fact that I have prepared the way ahead of you. I've already walked the path you're looking at. I've smoothed out the sharpest rocks. I've cleared the brush. You aren't discovering a wilderness, you're entering a garden that I've been planting for you while you were busy surviving the winter. The colors are going to surprise you. Precious one, take a deep breath of this new air. It smells like hope, doesn't it? Not the fragile kind that breaks at the first sign of trouble, but the sturdy kind that grows in the dirt. You don't have to know exactly what the next 5 miles look like. In fact, it better if you don't. Keeps your eyes on mine. Keeps us walking at the same pace. I've noticed how you've been practicing your thank you even for the small things. That how I knew you were ready. Gratitude is the language of a heart that is home. You used to be so focused on why. Why is this happening? Why me? But lately your whys have turned into who's who. Who is with me in this? And the answer is always the same. The one who hasn't left your side for a second, the one who was there in the hospital room, in the empty apartment, and in the middle of the crowded room where you felt alone. I am not a distant king sending you out on a mission. I am a father walking his child to the start of a beautiful new road. My hand is right there on the small of your back. Do you feel that gentle pressure? It's not a shove. It's just a reminder that I am behind you and beside you and already waiting for you further up the trail. You've been worried that you aren't enough for what this new season requires. And you're right. In a way, you aren't enough on your own, but you aren't on your own. We are a team. You bring your yes and I bring the power. You bring your heart and I bring the wisdom. You're ready because you finally believe that my strength is better than your effort. You've traded your striving for my rest, and that is the most powerful trade a human being can ever make. Dear heart, look at the gate one more time. It isn't locked. It hasn't been locked for a while now. It was just waiting for your heart to be still. You don't have to kick it down. You don't have to bargain for entry. You just have to walk through. The hinge is oiled and silent. The path on the other side is soft. I know you have a few lingering doubts. What if I'm wrong? What if I fail? Let those doubts be. They're just echoes of the old you. They don't have a vote anymore. The new you knows how to listen to the whisper of the Spirit instead of the shouting of the world. And the Spirit is saying, come. You've spent so much energy defending yourself against the past. You've been bracing for impact for so long that you forgot how to just walk. Unclench your jaw. Let your arms hang loose. You don't need your armor today. We're going to a place where you are safe to be soft. Your softness is your greatest strength now. It what will allow you to see the beauty I've hidden for you. It what will allow you to love without the fear of being destroyed. I've been watching the way you've started to forgive yourself. It's a slow process that I know, like the sun melting a thick layer of ice. But it happening, and as that ice melts, the ground of your soul is becoming workable again. I can plant things there now. Things like joy, things like purpose. You are finally ready to receive what I've been longing to give. You finally cleared enough space by letting go of the things that were never meant for you. I know it hurt to lose them. It felt like I was taking things away. But I was just emptying your hands so you could hold something that won't break your heart. My child, the world is going to look different now. Not because the world has changed, but because you have. You're seeing through eyes of grace. You're not looking for me. And when you look for me, you find me everywhere. In the kindness of a stranger, in the quiet of the rain. I love the way you've become so attentive to the small things. Shows me that your heart is awake. And an awake heart is a heart that is ready for anything. Don't worry about the scale of the task. Whether it a big move or a small shift in how you live, it all the same to me. It all just another way to be together. You've been practicing in the small things for a long time now. Being faithful in the dark. Being kind when you were hurting. Keeping your heart open when it wanted to close. All of that was training. You didn't see the purpose at the time, but I did. I was watching you build the muscles of character and endurance. Now those muscles are strong. You can carry the weight of this new season without it crushing you. You can handle the responsibility because your ego is no longer in the way. It's a beautiful thing to see a person's skin to stop apologizing for existing, to stop trying to be a copy of someone else. I made you unique for a reason. The world needs the specific light that only you can carry. And now that you aren't hiding it under a basket of shame, it's going to shine. It's going to be a lighthouse for people you haven't even met yet. Your journey of waiting is going to become a map for someone else who is currently lost. That's why I let you go through it. Not just for you, but for the ones who are coming after you. Your victory is a communal thing. Your readiness is a gift to the world. Precious one, I can feel your heartbeat steadying. The fear is still there maybe, but it not in the driver's seat. 1026 it just a passenger in the back. That how it should be. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision that something else is more important than that fear. And you've made that decision. You've decided that my love is more real than your anxiety. You've decided that my promise is more solid than your past. And that decision has set you free. I'm so proud of you. Wish you could see yourself through my eyes for just 1 minute. You'd see someone who is glowing with the light of 1,000 small victories. You'd see someone who has survived the unthinkable and come out the other side with a heart that is still capable of hope. That is a miracle, you know. And I am the God of miracles. But you are the vessel. You are the place where I show what is possible when a human soul says yes. I want you to think about the specific thing you've been fearing. That one situation that makes your stomach tie in knots. Look at it now in the light of this conversation. It looks a little smaller, doesn't it? It looks like something we can handle together because it is. There is nothing on your horizon that intimidates me. I've seen the giants you're worried about. To you, they look like mountains. To me, they look like dust. And I can blow them away with a single breath whenever I choose. But sometimes I let the mountains stay so I can show you how to climb because the view from the top is something you need to see. You're ready for the climb now. You have the right shoes. You have the right companion. And you have the strength that comes from knowing you are one loved. Take another breath. Let the old air out. The air of the waiting room. The air of the not yet. Let it go. Now breathe in the now. Breathe in the readiness. Breathe in the quiet confidence that has nothing to do with your abilities and everything to do with my presence. I've got the supply lines covered. Everything you need. Wisdom, patience, resources. Peace will be provided exactly when you need it. Not a second before. I know that makes you nervous. You like to have a stockpile of grace. But grace is like manna. Fresh every single morning. You only have to trust me for today. And you can do that, can't you? After everything we've been through, you know I'm good for my word. You know I don't abandon my children in the middle of the bridge. So let go. The gate is waiting. The sun is at just the right angle. The world is waiting for the version of you that only I know. I'm standing up now. I'm reaching out my hand. You don't have to grab it, but I'd love it if you did. It makes the journey so much sweeter. You're ready, beloved, truly, deeply ready. Don't look back at the hallway. The door behind you is closing to keep you from retreating. The only way is forward, and forward is where the light is. Forward is where the joy is. Forward is where we become more and more of who we are. I love you. I'm with you. I'm for you. And I'm excited. Can you believe that? The creator of the universe is excited to spend the day with you. To see what we'll discover together. To see how you'll grow. You aren't a burden to me. You are a delight. And watching you step into your purpose is my favorite thing to do. So one step, that's all I'm asking for. Just one small step onto the new path. I'll take the next one with you and the one after that. The waiting is over. The ripening is complete. The season has turned and you are ready. Go ahead. Open your eyes. Look at the road. It's a beautiful day for a beginning. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. We've got all the time in the world. And the world is finally yours to live in. Rest in that. Walk in that. Be in that. You are my child and I am so glad you're finally here. Let begin. The silence is over now. The song is starting. Can you hear the music? It's been playing for you all along. You just had to be ready to hear it. And now you are. The light is catching the trees. The path is clear and I am holding your hand. Time softly now. One foot in front of the other. We're going home by a brand new way and it's going to be more beautiful than you ever imagined. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Amen. Beloved family, your support is more than help. It is faith and action. Because of you, These messages continue to reach hearts. May the Lord bless you, guide you, and stand with you in every season.